Assalamu alaikum students. This is Saima Shehzad. My dear students, today I am going to introduce a new lesson which is given on your page 81. It is about a poem, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. I have divided this unit into 4 sessions. Today is your first session. Here are the learning outcomes. Students, you will be able to learn about difference between a prose and a poem, introduction of the poet, reading of a poem, structure of a poem, rhyming words, rhyming scheme, and the general understanding of the poem. Here you are going to learn about the difference between a prose and a poem. Students, prose means words that are organized into sentences and paragraph. For example, stories, essays, etc. And words that are organized into lines and stanza is called a poem. On the right side, you will be seeing an introductory note about the poet. Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening is a poem written in 1922 by Robert Frost and published in 1923. He was an American poet. He was very much interested in natural things. He found beauty in commonplace. His poems are concerned with human psychological condition. Some of his famous poems are The Road Not Taken, Mending Wall, The Self-Seeker, The Bonfire. Now here comes a question. How do you recite a poem? There are certain rules that you need to follow before reciting a poem. Use a dictionary, one way to make reading poetry aloud easier to make sure you can say all of the words. Always speak slowly when you are reading poetry aloud. Turn up the volume. When you read a poem in front of others, get aloud. Practice reading aloud. Relax. Breathe deeply. Read with confidence and let yourself enjoy the beauty of your poem. Now, I am going to tell you how to read this poem. Students, please listen carefully. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in village though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Now in this slide, you will come to know about the general structure of this poem. The structure of a poem refers to the way it is presented to the reader. This could include technical things such as the line, length, and stanza format, or it could include the flow of the words used and ideas conveyed. In short, the poem consists of 4 almost identically constructed stanza. A stanza of 4 lines specially are having alternate rhymes is called quatrain. 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 It determines a specific style of expression and shapes the structure of a poem. In this slide, you will learn about 2 new things. Rhyming words, which are given on left side, and rhyming scheme, which is given on the right side. Rhyming words. What are rhyming words? They are 2 or more words that have the same or similar ending sound. For example, in stanza 1, the words written in blue are producing the same ending sounds. No, though, snow. So they are called rhyming words. whereas the word here written in purple is producing different ending sound. We will do the same practice in stanza 2, 3 and 4 respectively. In stanza 2, queer, near, year. They are producing the same ending sounds. So they are called the rhyming words. In stanza 3, shake, mistake, flake. They are again producing the same ending sounds. So they are called the rhyming words. In stanza 4, deep, keep, sleep, sheep, sleep. They are again producing the same ending sound. So they are called the rhyming words. Now the rhyming scheme. Rhyming scheme or pattern can be identified by giving end words that rhyme with each other the same letter. For example, rhyming words in stanza 1 are given the letter A, whereas the word here is given the letter B. So it becomes A, B, A. Same goes with the stanza 2. The same rhyming words queer, near, year. They have been given the letter B, whereas the word lake is given the letter C. So the rhyming scheme will become B, B, C, B. Same goes with the stanza 3 and stanza 4. One more thing I need to tell you, that the rhyming scheme is always written inside the bracket by putting comma after each letter. Dear students, here you will get the general understanding of the poem by answering the questions relating to each stanza. So let's start. First, read out the first stanza. Pause the video for a minute or two and try to answer the first question. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in village though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. Can you answer the first question? Why does the speaker stop? Yes, I know. You can answer. He stops to watch the snowfall fall in the woods. Now the second stanza. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. Here comes the second question. How does the horse react? Let me help you. He thinks it strange that his master has stopped. Now the third question. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. Can you answer the third question? What does the horse do to get the speaker's attention? He makes noise by shaking the bells on his harness. Now the last stanza. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Can you answer this last question? Because this question is very much easy. Does the speaker stay or go? What do you think, students? Does the speaker stay in those woods, or does he leave? What would be the answer? Let me tell you. He goes because he has some responsibilities to keep and miles get to travel. My dear students, this is the end of the first session. I hope you have enjoyed this first session. Thank you so much.